If I tell you a story, would you believe? Let me bring you true life stories. Let them tell their stories. You listen. Hanging out with Mr. Dandy.
Oh, what an amazing day! Wow, my name still remains Mr. Dandy Umibere Osaboyen. I'm your host, hanging out with Mr. Dandy. I have such an amazing guest to me. His story is going to be so touching. I call him a man with 9 lives. Why I said a man with 9 lives? He just escaped from the jaws of a lion. He was almost gone. But God did wonder. Well, I will leave the story for him to tell us. Let's get to know you first.
Okay. My name is Mwafechuku Siri, and I hail from a East.
Okay.
I thank God for another opportunity to testify again. I call it testimony.
Wow. How it all started. What really happened?
Well, we thank God actually, just like every other normal young guy, graduated from school, tried to settle down, got employed in the Ministry of Education.
Wow.
And just like that. And there was a day I wanted to just throw out, and along the line I picked my car, and as I was going, it was an evening. I saw some guys
When
who
you
were
say
stranded.
evening, what time is that?
That would be say 5, 6 p.m.
5, 6 p.m.
Yes, in the evening.
Wow.
And these guys were kind of stranded, and they pick on me, who I kind of rendered help to, down from Coca Junction in Asaba here to Summit.
Where did you pick them and where were they going?
They were going towards Summit. I was coming from Luzo Road to Summit, Coca Junction. So that was where there were many people there, and many commuters, and no car. So many of them, like anyhow they could go, because already evening and it was as if it was drizzling coming,
About
to rain. So that was what happened, and it was along the. Not only them. The funny thing is that another guy even joined, making it for which was not their gang member. Yes. I didn't know these 3 were gang members.
Wow.
The other guy.
Did you pick them separately or you picked them?
The same place, people.
You picked them the same place?
Yes, all of them just entered.
And the 4th person, when did he now enter?
That same spot. Because many people were there.
Oh, wow.
No cab or people, so kind of try to assist,
help, to be your brother's keeper.
Yes, in the process. So as we were going, not too more than 2 poles or 3, the other guy said, thank you that you want to alight from this place.
Okay, the guy now got down, went down.
Yes.
Wow.
Yes. And the other guys getting towards the Summit, I said, I'm turning through this way, and that was how the whole thing changed.
When you were about to turn into Summit Road,
yes.
So what happened?
Actually, it was surprise. About 3 guns were on my head.
Wow.
I should move it. Should move the car. And I continued.
Now, at this point, you are moving to where?
Down towards this airport side, moving towards the Sabo area, that Benin Road. So I didn't know actually where we were going, but they said continue moving. And I moved on to before the airport, a lonely place. They asked me to stop, and I stopped. I was thinking they were interested in the car. So I willingly told them, I'm not with any money here. This is the car key. This is my phone. Take. And they said no, that I should jump from the front to the back, or if I would prefer to go and stay in the boot. I said no. And
So at that point, did you guys stopped or
Yes,
you
we
wanted
stopped.
to? Okay, they stopped.
we stopped, and they forced me to come back to the back seat. Back. So I was at the back seat. The other one now moved to the driver's. You understand? The one that was the other one that was at the front there. And because initially, you know how the thing happened. This one with his gun on my head, the two at the back, the gun on my head. So I was like, it's not just car. Just take it. I could always either see it or I buy another one. That was my feeling. I didn't, So that was exactly what happened. And the other guy took the wheel and we were driving. And by this time, they forced me to put my head under the chair at the back so that I will not understand what is going on. And the night is coming. So we're driving towards where?
Are you still along that Onitsha Agbo road?
Benin, towards that side. So
are you saying now that you drove all the way from that place to Agbo?
No.
You didn't get to Agbo?
No, because
This thing happened between, is it up to Iseluku, Iselu
I
Asaba?
don't think so, because probably before Isela Zaba or after Isela, what, my head is down, so I don't know what's actually going on, but I was praying in my mind.
Yes.
You understand? And all of a sudden, I noticed there was a branch. And when you are moving on a bumpy road, an earth road, you are no more on the tire. So that was how these guys continued to drive down, and they were driving deep inside the bush before they finally got to a place and ordered me to come down. And I came down. They asked me to lie down. I was still surprised. Why? What is it? I told these people just need car. Have the car. You have the car. You have the money. You have everything. Then you take and go. I never thought of anything. And not too long, one of them went to the front, and I saw him coming with a bag. It was a little. He's already getting to around 8, 9 this period. But the moon could make you see a little. So then their leader, which I think he should be their leader, because one actually commanding, talking, said, "You take off your clothes." That was when I became apprehensive. I said, "Take off my clothes. You just needed a car. I'm giving you what?" I said, "Okay, clothes." See, I don't know who you are, but I'm just a civil servant. I don't just take the car, if I talk again, they will shoot me. And I actually thought it was over. And these guys were so relaxed. The way they do this thing, the way they have rehearsed it, shows that I think it's something they've been doing for some time.
Wow, is that they are experts.
So professional, so relaxed, not worried. Well, actually, I really need to try. Talking about our security system, in our country, because if you are so relaxed, taking all this time to do all these things, they've got what they needed. Truly, I heard a voice, which I know is the Holy Spirit.
Wow.
I won't lie you, as at that time, I was at the lowest of my spiritual life. I was really, really at the lowest of my spiritual life. But if God wants to save, He will still remember you, because He knows I have to impact in my generation, impact on them. So He spoke. He said, "Right now, you will not obey these people again. They will not obey.
So what you're saying, there's something
Yes.
that spoke to you that said, at this point, I'm not ready to listen to these people. Now let's move.
Yes. He said, don't listen to these people again.
Wow.
Live there. And as you stand up, if anybody stops you, fight in and go. And without doubt,
You took that bold step.
yes.
You took. Where did that bravery? Where did that? Why did you? What gave you that bravery to not listen to that spirit?
Actually, when one thing I must tell people is that if it is time to die, when you are facing death and you know death is actually coming, all you just need to do is to try another alternative. If you die there, that means it's the same death.
If you don't die,
If you don't die, you succeed.
You succeed.
So it's been my philosophy.
Okay, your school of thought.
It's been like that. I have
Wow.
never given up in any situation. I will still try. So when I heard it, I said, these people they don't want me to go.
They don't even have mercy. They are not
No
even
mercy at all. They have so many guns on my head that is going to kill me. So why don't I try first? Maybe they will kill me on the road. It's better without trying at all. So immediately I stood up and they were surprised. What? And they told the gun, if you move up for where I didn't bother to look at them. I started running, dropped inside it.
So at that point, when you say if you move, what really happened? What did they do? Were they pursuing you?
They opened up their fire on me.
So they opened up fire.
Yes.
Did any bullets meet you?
No. That's the amazing thing.
Wow.
And as I was running, I fell down and they caught up with me in the bush.
So in pursuing you, you were equally running after
Yes,
you.
I was. They shot no way. They had to chase me. They had to
Chasing you.
Yes, they chased me. And as I was running, bush is a rough ride situation.
And you don't know where you are going.
I don't even know
You're
where
just
I am.
running.
In the center of a bush. Even till this day, I don't know.
So till now, you don't know where you entered. You don't know where you came out.
I don't know.
Wow.
Even when
God
the
is
police told me, let's go to the crime scene, I said, I don't know.
Wow.
I cannot make this. Okay, where did I say this is where it started? During the
So let's go back. Now they are now pursuing you.
Yeah.
You now fell down.
Yes.
So what really happened?
And caught up with me. Remember, the spirit told me, fight and still go. That if they stop me, fight and go. So I obeyed. I stood up, pushed this one aside. This one tried to hit me. I struggled, and they shot me at a
close range. What really happened at that point?
And the gun did not answer them.
They shot you at a close range and the gun did not answer. Wow. Praise
And
God.
I ran again and they chased me again. And about to pull again, I fell down again and they caught up with me again. Wow. And they held me. And by this time when they held me, the other guy was shooting the leg. The gun was not answering him. The other one shot on the head. The other one shot on the... they were checking their gun. What's going on? And I stood up again by force, pushed and started
Use
running
all
again.
the strength.
By this time, and after that, gun is not working on me again. So I have
So you don't have confidence. You are not
confidence to run, and fight. That means the spirit telling me is actually guiding me.
Yes.
Because he said run. So he knows that the spirit knew that these guys were with gun. So he knew that the gun will not work. He's going to stop it, which I know is the Holy Spirit.
And at first, the gun was shooting, but it didn't hit you. Now, when they got to you, when they caught you, they shot you at a close range. He did not answer.
Held me on the ground, shot me. Nothing.
Wow.
If I knew the gun would not work when they asked me, I wouldn't have followed them.
Yes,
I wouldn't have agreed.
You would have even screamed.
I would have shouted, held the gun from, with them. So that the last, which is the third time that I fell down, they didn't bother to shoot me again. This one held me, the other one held me, and one of them just ran. I don't know. Probably somebody, there's a building project going on there. Around there. And all of a sudden I saw the guy with a brick, full 5 inches block. Solid, not hollow.
Not hollow.
Solid, full. And I was faced up. And they held me. And that time they held me, they were still trying that gun. and it wasn't working. And I was now telling them, who are you? Why did you kidnap me? Why do you want to eliminate me? Who are you? Why? What? I told them I'm just a civil servant and I have just a wife and a child. What is the problem?
How many children do you have now?
I have 4 children.
So as of that time, you had only
No, sorry, I had 3. As at that time.
you had 3 at that
Yes.
that
As
time.
at that time. I had 3 kids. I had 3. Not too long, my wife gave birth to, I had
So while you were discussing, were they having any kind of conversation? Were they when you were asking them
Yes,
those
I
questions?
was asking them.
Were they answering you back?
Yes, one of them said, why did you run? That I should have allowed them to tie me. Because the other guy, they saw him that he was coming with the brick. That's the block, solid block.
So what you're saying,
building
they
house.
said they should have allowed them to tie you.
Yes.
So the plan was to tie you and probably do something on you.
I don't really know whether to tie me. I know
Because it's no more robbery anymore.
No.
It's like a ritual killing.
either ritual or maybe kidnapping for ransom. I thought it was kidnapping for ransom. At times maybe they could see me as a youth, energetic, let them restrain me. Probably that's what, that is one side of the story. And whether there's also a plan, maybe somebody sent them to
Assassinate.
I don't know.
No, you said they brought a brick. So what has happened?
So as the guy was bringing the brick, that was the actual time I was conversing with them. Who are you? What do you want? By this time they held me in a situation I wouldn't be able to run. The 2 of them held me since the guns were not working. And when that guy was coming, I was talking. As I was talking, I was faced up, and that guy brought the brick and raised it high up and released it. It was to fall in my face. And he held me. So I had to turn my face. And that was how my head turned. And the block landed in my head. His brain. That was how the block landed in that place. And if I could recover, that kind of a very strong, it was like an earthquake, solid block, not hollow. And I could not even, stars were coming out from my eyes.
Wow.
And if I could even realize where I was, a second one came. Another block. When they gave it to me the first time, picked it again, hit it on me again, and that second time the brick divided into 2.
At this point, they gave you one, the second one, the third one, the block now
divided,
broken into 2.
And the guy went back again
To bring another block.
So I was struggling for my life, and they went to bring another block again. So before he could come back, I was gradually now recollecting a little. And before I knew it again, another one. So the 4th one came.
So what you're telling me that you had 6 inches solid block.
Yes.
It's this your head, that you are talking to me, and you are ill and hearty, and you are still shaking the head, and you are saying.
Very, very simple. To cut the whole long story short,
Don't cut it short.
Okay, the block broke into 2 again, and we have
The second block broke into 2
again, and by this time,
it's like as at that time your head has become solid edge.
I passed out. I was checking strong.
Because they're using hollow block, solid block to hit you. It's that they wanted to kill you.
Yes, it's elimination. They were so brutal. So I was struggling, checking, stretching, and I passed out. And they confirmed me dead. Maybe
They thought you were dead.
Yes, they thought I was dead. Actually, if you ask me, I would believe I was dead because no pain again, no nothing. The blood hits on this head so much, my neck, the back. And the doctors report, they were saying that they don't know that it's hard to believe because anyone with that kind of very heavy object will dislocate the spinal cord with the head and invariably I should not walk again or even just die. That was what they said. So I don't know. By the time it's a miracle. By the time I woke up, actually I was just only my eye was turning. I told the doctor, see, yes, that's how it's supposed to be. And the people that pass through such situation in UBTH, they told me in UBTH that they have some of them, their eyes will continue to talk and they will never walk again if they are alive, if they make it alive. Okay, so but that day, so my eye was turning, was just rain, and the moon was moving, took a while. I tried to raise my hand, it was gone. My hands couldn't move, my legs could not move, nowhere could move except my eye that was moving. So I knew there was problem. I was like, not too long. It's as if something came and started adjusting me back. My legs, hands, everything that was paralyzed, I now notice as if something is just remolding me back. And not too long, I started feeling pain. And I became a human being again. Because the body, they were dead before, that was why I was not feeling pain. So right on that place, I started feeling pain. Immediately, I started feeling pain, consciousness came back. And when consciousness came back, I became afraid.
So at that point, the kidnappers had left you.
They've left me with the hope that I'm gone.
So you were the only one lying
that place
down.
Because I was like useless to them, is dead. So they cannot carry my body. So, immediately consciousness came back. I tried to stand up. Still, the body is still. I stood up. I fell down. I stood up about 3 to 4 times. I fell down. And I rested. Because I was not very, very afraid. I said, what if these guys come back again? I was very, very afraid.
At this point, it was around.
I should be around. Because I know when they took me back to Asaba, it was around 11, 12 in the night. Midnight. This whole rock started around 5:30, 6 p.m. That all these things. So all those why I stayed. So it could be around, by the time I woke up, should be around maybe past 10, 11 p.m. So I was struggling to live there. By this time, my back, my head is torn, my eyes filled with
bleeding,
blood.
seriously.
My nose was bleeding everywhere. The head, this face was all gone. This face you can see as if nothing happened. Everywhere. It saw the whole face because the blood was everywhere. And after some time, I was able to stand up. And when I stood up, I was really, really, really afraid. And I tried to run, and I fell down again. And after some time, the same voice came again and said, yes, where you are going to is the right way. Continue. And I continued. Not too long, I started hearing noise of vehicles move once in a while. I said, yes, truly. Yes, I'm approaching the exit. I'm approaching that side. So I continued that way because the Spirit also said, that's the way you are going to live like this. So I continued. By the time I got to the road, you can imagine around 11:30, 12 now. Nobody. And once in a while, because it's midnight, one motor will just pass. Once in a while, a motor will just pass. Once in a while, and I tried to stop them.
So you see, had the energy.
Yes.
The way you say try to stop them, were you trying to stop them on your feet? Were you upright or you were down?
No, I was on my feet on pain. Bleeding. Seriously. Wow. Bleeding. Initially they told me to take off my clothes. So when I was running inside the bush, all those tongues and whatever also were designing me. So both the block impacts,
And the tongues
and the
impact.
tongues impacts, So I was bleeding. So I was there looking at the moon, and at that particular time, the only thing that came to my mind was that, oh, I'm disfigured. One, that's two, who is going to stop and carry me here? Nobody. That was when I kind of lost hope the first time and said, that means, oh, so I'm going to die. Nobody will know, my wife, my children, they will know. Nobody will know. Nobody will know.
And you're just trying to be your brother's keeper.
Yeah, it was terrible. And as I was just thinking, saying, oh, so this is how I'm going to die, I heard the spirit again. I heard the voice again. And it said, you die? You die? No, you will not die. You will not die. And he said, you are going to, that when you get to 100 years old, before you start putting your things in order to die, that 100 is the minimum. 100 for me. 100 is the minimum. That means by 101 or 105 or 110, I can die. But when I get to 100, I should make sure everything is in order.
Then what do you mean by everything is on?
As in righting all wrongs, I would have done,
what God probably has designed for you to do on earth.
Yes, that was all that I heard, and the spirit that was in went off, and immediately I turned. A vehicle just came out. I said, "Please stop, Asaba, armed robbers." The person stopped.
Is it a private vehicle or commercial vehicle?
I can't really see, but the person was alone in the car around this 11-12 midnight. He was alone. He stopped in that place. That forest. He stopped.
Imagine.
And I said, please, they kidnapped me. They were killing me. He said, enter. It's okay, enter. He was hurried, asking me to, no, come here. He said, okay. Picked me, took me to Asaba. I can't really remember that clinic because that man, he said that there's a clinic around the stadium road. I can't remember that clinic now. So they took me to that clinic. But our Nigerian system, they say the doctor is not around. That was when I told them that I have an health insurance scheme in a particular hospital. And by the time the guy left,
so till date, you don't even know
now,
the guy.
I don't know.
You don't even know the guy that saved you. You don't even know the person God sent to you.
Not even a number, not even came back again, nothing. So no way to appreciate.
Wow.
But I just appreciate God on his life. People say it's Jesus Christ that came as a man to save me. So that was why I went there to take first aid, and they moved me to FMC. And FMC, there's this particular doctors on head, whatever, But by this time, I've succeeded in reaching my people later, and my elder sister, who is a retired from UBT, she was still in UBT immediately. They placed a call, and they took me to emergency in that FMC. From that place, they have to.
At that point, when did you reach out to your wife?
I was able to remember my wife's number. That's the only number I can. So I called her. So she had to make all these.
Okay, you called her immediately.
Yes, I took when in the hospital. I took one of the person's phone. The people that came to help. I took their number.
Now at this point, your car. What happened to your car? Were you with your phones and all those things?
Yes.
When I say wait, is it with you at hand then, or are your phones in your car?
The phones were in the car in the page. You know where we normally just keep it, you know.
So your
they
car,
took
what really
everything.
happened? Okay, they left with your car.
Yes, till this date.
So till this day, you've not seen.
I contacted the police, went to different police, they did radioed other stations, tried to put in a little result. But one day, when I was going to check report same issue in one of the stations, I heard from exactly that voice again. Stop looking for that car. Go back home.
If I tell you a story, would you believe?
I am Pastor Wafichu Osiri and I'm hanging out with Mr. Dan.